Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video we are doing that first viewing of my new series called #SoMuchColor. And this is a collaboration with 8 lovely Instagrammers. Now some of the Instagrammers have YouTube channels, so they will be doing videos as well if they have a YouTube channel. All right. So before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. But if you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, you already know, go get some coffee, some tea, go have your breakfast, eggs, toast, bacon, what have you, just come along and chill with me for a little minute, okay? So we could go ahead and get this pattern review started. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So like I said before, this is a collaboration with the lovely and beautiful Debra from the Sewing Nook. Now, Debra claims to be a beginner, but I bear to differ that, right? So I wanted to collaborate with Debra because she collaborated with Creativity by T back on the Me Made Holiday Fashion Show, and I thought her garment was amazing. So I just wanted to reach out to Debra and collaborate with her on something, and I felt like this was something that, I wanted to do for both beginners, intermediate, advanced sewers, people that I have not collaborated with. So that's why I reached out to so many different people that I have talked to. And over the course of the next 8 weeks, you will see different Instagrammers and YouTubers that I reached out to for this series. All right. Now, what I created is an easy to sew pattern because I wanted to do a beginner pattern, okay, for my true beginner. So if you are new to sewing or you have less than 3 years of sewing, this pattern is for you. And guess what? #sewing5 and below. It's a #sewing5 and below. All right. So before I get into that, let me give you some information about every Sunday I will be let me rephrase that. Almost every Sunday, I will be posting a video with another YouTuber or Instagrammer. Now, every Instagrammer, like I just said, does not have YouTube. So at the very end of each video, I will disclose if they have a YouTube channel or not, and the next person that's in line, okay? So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this pattern review. And this pattern is Simplicity 8605. You guys have seen this pattern so many times, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the pattern description. So the pattern description for this pattern is simple. It's Mrs. High-Waisted Paperback Pants or skirt, right? But I didn't do either or, I did shorts, which is a modification that I'll talk about here shortly. Also, the pattern has side seam pockets and a tight belt, and it comes in 2 different lengths for the skirt as well as the pants. Now, that is the pattern description for this pattern, Simplicity 8605. So let's go ahead and talk about the notions used. So the notions used for this pattern is simple. 2 items. You need your thread, and you just need some elastic. So the back of the envelope says that you need 5/8 of an inch elastic, but I used a 1/2 inch because that's what I had in my stash, okay? So I use a 1/2 inch elastic in order to create my shorts. All right, so now that we talked about notions used, let's talk about the fabric used. So the fabric that I use is from Joann's. I picked the fabric up about 2 weeks ago when I kind of did a quick reel on Instagram on fabrics that I ordered online and picked up at Joann's. Now, let me tell you a trick to Joann's. It's not necessarily a trick, but this is what I do. If you notice that when you look at fabric online, it is different than what you see in the store. So what I do is I go search Joann's for what I want, what I'm looking for when I'm doing a series, and I take pictures of the bolt and the fabric. And then when I get home, I'll look it up online because, I'll go back and pick it up at a later time. But that's what I do because I can use 20% off if you pick it up in store. And because I constantly go to Joann's, it's no brainer that I can pick it up later, okay? So that's what I do. The tip of the week will be, because it doesn't look like what it appears online, go ahead and go to Joann's if you are able to, and it's very close to you. Go in Joann's, take a picture of the boat, take a picture of the fabric, and then order online. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into this pattern review. So the fabric used is a keepsake calico pastel packed floral glitter cotton fabric. It's a whole mouthful, and I know. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, but I'm gonna say it one more time. It is a keepsake calico pastel packed floral glitter cotton fabric. Keepsake calico pastel packed floral glitter cotton fabric. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up on the screen because I don't want to screw it up once again. All right. All right, so that is the fabric used for my shorts. I know you're looking at the shirt, which I will not be doing a full pattern review, but I'm going to tell you that this shirt was pulled out of the UFO pal, and this shirt is Simplicity 8891, which I will do a separate pattern review for this top because I'm making something else to go along with it, okay? So that's at a different time. If you just wanted to know what the pattern number is, I'm giving it to you, Simplicity 8891, view C on the pattern. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the pattern pieces used. Like I said, this is a 5 and below, so you need 5 pattern pieces or less. However, I use 4 pattern pieces, okay? Well, 5 if you add the elastic guide, but you only really need 4 to cut out a fabric. So you need pattern piece 1, your front, pattern piece 2, your back, pattern piece number 3, your pockets, pattern piece number 4, I believe is your tie belt, and pattern piece number 5 is your elastic guide. That's it. Super simple. Like literally you could sew these shorts or pants or skirt with your eyes closed. Also, Brittany J. Jones also has a tutorial on how to do, I think she did a skirt. Did I look at the tutorial? No, I just remember that she did one because I sewed these shorts so fast. I was done sewing from cutting and sewing. I was done in 2.5 hours from cutting to sewing the pants together, you know, serging the seams, making sure everything fit and all that stuff because I was doing fitting as I was sewing them together, okay? So those are the pattern pieces used for this pattern. Let's talk about pattern sizing. So the pattern sizing only comes in one envelope, and that is extra small to extra large. The size that I cut was a size small, and then I added like an extra inch, I believe. Yeah, an extra inch for ease. So it gave me a hip measurement of a 46.5 because the finished measurement is a 45.5. So that's what I did. A size small is the size that I cut for this pattern. All right, so let's talk about modifications. So modification, yes, I did make a modification, but it's not necessarily a modification. The only modification I did was from the top of the front pattern piece, I measured down 20 inches in order to make shorts. The reason why I did that is because that's what I'm comfortable with shorts. I don't want them super short, but 20 inches is good for me. So, and then what I did was I traced the front and the back pattern piece. I think I traced all 4 pattern pieces, the tie belt, all of that. And the reason why I did that is simple. Because this pattern, I think you could find a few of them in the pattern drawer, but not necessarily because it's hard to find this pattern nowadays. And because I know that someone may say, hey, you know, like my sister, no shade, but she's forever asking me for something. Sis, could you make me those pants that you just posted on Sunday? No. But anyway, I decided to trace it out just in case I decide to make my daughter some when she gets a little bit older and she can wear an extra small. So at this point, a lot of patterns I will be tracing out if it's something that she would want or she says that she wants it or whatever. I will trace the pattern out. Then that way I can have, you know, the same pattern for when she gets a little bit older and can fit into those measurements and those size measurements as well. All right. But that is the only modification that I did. So let's talk about, did it look like the photos or the drawing on the pattern envelope? Yes, they do. They do. However, Talisha from Creativity by T also have a pattern review. And in her pattern review, she did make mention of the tie belt, which I'm going to make a mention of that as well. Even though I added 2 inches to my tie belt, it was still short. So yes, I did sew the tie belt, but I did not use it in my photos because it was super short. And I think what I'm going to do is I want to pair it, the shorts, with a graphic t-shirt and some tennis shoes at a later time. And when I do that, I think I will add the tie belt to show the shorts off with the tie belt. I think I'll do that, but at a later time, probably sometime in the summertime, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the instructions. Are the instructions easy to follow? So, to be honest, I really didn't look at the instructions at all because I already knew what to do. But looking at, so let me rephrase that. I did not follow along with the instructions, but I did look at the instructions. The instructions are easy to follow. They're super straightforward. I think it was only like 8 steps total that you would have to do for these shorts, pants, skirt, whatever you want to do on this pattern. All right, so now that we talked about are the instructions easy to follow, let's talk about my likes and dislikes. For this pattern, I don't have any dislikes, okay? Everything is all likes. However, I think for me, I could have took them in a little bit more because even though I added that inch to give me room, I could have took my shorts in a little bit more, about a good 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch on both sides, and still being good, but I did not want them to be tight. I wanted them to be kind of loose. So that's why I left it as is for the photo, but I may actually go in and pretty much sew a 1/4 inch on both sides. So I might do that. I'll consider it, okay? But I'm not sure yet on that. All right, so now that we talked about my likes and dislikes, let's talk about first time experiences. Did I have any first time experiences? No, I did not. I have done everything before. Would I sew this pattern again? Yes, it's super simple. And if you guys remember from #sewing5 and below, that last item that I sewn was a pair of teal shorts, right? It's the same fabric as this fabric that I'm wearing right now. I hated those shorts, and hate is a strong word. So I'm going to rephrase that and say I dislike those shorts so much. I made them work for the sake of the photos because I wanted to show you what it was like to create a whole series like #sewing5 and below, and pair them with the items that you have already sewn. But to be honest, those shorts did not stand up for what I was wanting. I wish I would have made this pattern, Simplicity 8605, for those shorts. Now that I do have this fabric cut out for some shorts, it's not that pattern. It is Simplicity 8891 because it is in a UFO pal that I am sewing down. I will be posting to my stories later on today or tomorrow that, you know, I am trying to sew down some UFOs because there's 5 in there and I'm sick of looking at the box of UFOs. So you will see some teal shorts that goes with this pattern, Simplicity 8891, pretty soon. Okay. Would I recommend this pattern to others? Yes, I would recommend Simplicity 8605 to all of my true beginners, my intermediate beginners, my advanced sewers, anyone, something. This is a great pick me up after you lose your sojo. And it's funny because a week ago, Debra from the Sewing Nook sewed this pattern in a denim, like a floral denim. And the funny part about it was I literally just cut out the fabric, just cut out the pattern. And when I seen that, I was like, this is going to be kind of awkward, but it's going to be funny because I'm doing a pattern review for this same pattern that she just sewed a few days ago. Okay. Awkward, but I'm just telling you, this is a really good pattern if you are a beginner. So I would recommend this to others as well. My pattern rating, 5 out of 5 for the 5 and below, and so much color. So I got to show what this pink looked like, and it is great. Okay, all right, so that's it for the pattern review. I hope you like. Don't forget to go over to Debra from the Sewing Nooks channel and see what she created for our 90s edition, our pink theme this week. So this week is pink. Next week we'll have a different theme. So tell me in the comments below, what do you think about my outfit? Did you like the pairing? Did you not like the pairing? Do you like the fabric? Did you not like the fabric? Did you wish that I just did a solid pink and call it a day? Just let me know in the description box below. Would you sew this pattern or not? All right, so that's all that I have in this pattern review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Also, stay tuned for May 11th, which is a Wednesday. May 11th, I will collaborate with the lovely Delilah from Simply Delilah. So you wouldn't want to miss, because we have a 90s edition and another theme coming your way. So you wouldn't want to miss it. So until next time, keep sewing.